Right.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Brenda. How are
Good
you?
morning.
Brenda is here. She is my fabulous moderator for my live. I'm so glad you're here today. We're going to have a fun time with today's card.
I am looking forward to today's card, but it looks kind of complicated. So get out your copy paper, friends.
Yeah. I told Brenda before we started, I'm like, this is one, and I wanted you guys to know this as well. I really want to encourage you to bring in a piece of 8.5 by 11 copy paper to practice on. This is going to serve two purposes. Okay. One, practice, because who can't use that? Two, it's then going to give you a template that you can have in front of you. So if you kind of go, wait a minute, what was I supposed to do? You'll have that piece of copy paper in front of you. And I got tips and tricks, diagrams as well, so that you can create this card easily. So this card is called a diagonal double pocket card. Are you ready to see it? Let's head over to my stamping table. I want to show this one to you. It is such a fun card. So there's my card. And yes, you can make it a gift card holder if you want. That is optional, but we're going to show you how to do that as well. I've got a place here to write my message. But this is the cool part when I say it's a double pocket. So it has two pieces of cardstock in here. You could write on all of these. If you had maybe you needed a lot of people to sign a card, that would be great with this one, because I could put a piece of basic white here on the back, so more places to write. I chose to use my designer series paper, but those could easily be written on. And you see these just slide right into the pocket. I mean, isn't this fun? And we're only going to use one 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper to create the card. So we're going to cut it down to 8.5 by 11, but we're going to use the leftover pieces, and that's what we're going to be adding to the back. So we're kind of doing a little one sheet wonder here today, and it is a really fun card. So I hope you guys have your copy paper ready. I want you to know that we do have a free download. Brenda has posted that there in the comments, but you can always go to simplysimplestamping.com. It's the April 13th, 2023 post, and you can download this as well. Now, again, just like Brenda said, it looks complicated. It's not. But if you need to come back and watch the video again, you can either click or scan the QR code to go back to this video to see it one more time. I've got pictures here. I've got another card I'll be showing you. There's your measurements, supply list. And like I said, I have a diagram. We're going to walk this through step by step. So are you guys ready? I hope you are. I'm going to leave my diagram right here because I want to have that handy while I show you guys how to do this. So here's my 8.5 by 11 copy paper. Now, let me tell you right now, I'm going to show you the steps for this twice. So if you didn't quite get it the first time, don't worry. We're going to do it again. All right. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. And the first thing we're going to do is score. So I'm going to take that dark blade. That's my cutting blade. Let's push that up and out of the way because we only want to score right now. So we're going to kind of skip this first step because that's what we're going to be doing with the designer series paper. But you're going to be cutting your designer series paper down to 8.5 by 11. So let's pretend this is our designer series paper. With the 8.5 inches up at the top, we want to score this at 4 1/4. So we're just scoring in half, 4 1/4. That's easy. Now let's rotate it around and put the 11 inches up at the top, and we're going to score at 5.5 inches. So all we did was score in half and score in half. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put my 8.5 up here at the top again, because I need to make a tick mark at 3 3/4. So let's do this. And let me tell you, I can do this with a pen. It is not going to show. So I'm going to make myself a little tick mark right there. So I've done that. Now we're going to put the 11 inches up at the top. And look what it says. We're going to cut down at 5.5 down to the 4 1/4 inch line. All right. Now remember, like I said, if you're struggling to follow me, don't worry. We're going to do it again. But I'm going to cut right to there. All right. That's all the cutting I need to do. All right. Is just that one. All right. We've made our tick mark here. Now we want to make another tick mark. And this was the one that we were doing here at the 5 with the 11 inches up at the top. And so we've done our cut, we did our cut, and now we're going to make a tick mark at 7 inches. And I'm going to try to slow down here just a little bit because I know it can be a little daunting. All right. And I want it to be easy for you. Can you see I have little marks here? So everything, you're just going to be able to follow that diagram. We'll make a tick mark at 7 inches. So remember, we had 3 3/4 and 7 inches. Boom, we've done that. Okay, now it says we're going to rotate the paper so that the uncut piece is on the right side. Okay, so it was on the left, it's on the right. Now we're going to place a tick mark at the top center score. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. I got to look at my own stuff here. So what we want to be doing, here's our tick marks. Now we're going to put tick marks down here. All right. So that's why that cut is over on the other side. Tick mark, tick mark. We're going to make tick marks on this side. And so for this, again, we're going to place a tick mark at the top score. And that is that 4 1/4. So we're going to put one here. And now we're going to rotate this around. And let me make sure I'm doing it right. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. See, I want to make sure I'm doing it right as well. So, oh my goodness. Now you see why you want to have this paper in front of you. Okay, rotate the cardstock so that the uncut area is on the right. See, that's what I did wrong. Uncut area is on the right. Okay, here we go. But I got to flip it over. Okay, uncut area is on the right. Oh, my heavens. You know, I had somebody leave me a comment and they said, do you even practice these before you go live? You know what? I do. I actually do. All right, so we have a tick mark. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm getting myself confused. Okay, here's this one, and now I'm going to do this one. Here we go. I need a tick mark. I'm just going to make it easy on myself. Here is my tick mark. We've got those. We've got the cut. I need here to here, and this needs to be at 4 1/4. I'll get it. My goodness. My goodness. I promise you guys, it is not difficult. Now Brenda's going, Connie, you totally lied to us. All right. Honestly, if you'll just focus on this and start looking at your lines, you know, sometimes Thursday mornings are not my best time of the day. All right. Are you guys still with me? Please tell me. Yeah, Laura, stick with us. I'm sorry, Laura. I'm trying so hard. All right, here we go. I'm going to put a tick mark in my track here so that I can do another score line. All right, so we're going to score that. Now I'm going to flip it over. And this one we're going to go, and let me mark this so that you guys can see it. But that's the other score line. And this one will score here. All right, let me move this for just a second. Like I said, we are going to do it again, and Connie will try to get her bearings right. So we're going to bring this in. I want to make sure I've got everything right. See my cut line? All right, it's there. See my score line here? Yep, got that one right. Do I have a score line here? Yes. See, it's all good. Nice and slow, my friends. Okay, so what we want to do now is we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to give these two pieces a score. And then I'm going to go ahead and give all my score lines a crease. Okay. I do want to tell you this one right here. Okay. This is the one that was right up against the edge. If it gets too bulky and doesn't want to fold, let me tell you what you're going to do. You can take this and you can just trim it away. Neatness is not going to count. It's going to be hidden. No one will ever see it. Let's just pull some of that bulk out of there. All right. And let me show you what I mean. Now I can easily fold that. So if you have this and it's just causing you trouble, trim it away. All right, my friends. So can you see, here's our little Here's our diagonals. Here's our diagonals. Trust me, this one's worth it. Now, I want to set this one aside. I'm going to bring in one that I have kind of finished for you. You're going to glue down or adhere down each of those triangle panels, okay? Adhere them down. Boom. Now, do you see my lovely pink lines that I created for you? This is where your adhesive is going to go. But before I do, I want you to practice the folding. And you can see I've labeled these. And by the way, I want you to label your piece the exact same way. All right. If you'll take, remember, this is your template and you're going to be able to refer back to it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the reason I did that is because you're going to fold 1 to 2, then 3, then 4. Here's our card. Okay. And then here's our 2 pockets. All right. You guys with me? That is very easy to do. Now, before I go, I'm not going to go ahead and glue this together. Why? Because I want to go ahead and show you that cutting, hopefully better than I did the first time. And by the way, that adhesive, the adhesive marks are right here. So they are on your diagram. Are you guys ready? We are now going to try it again. If you want to try it again with another piece of copy paper, you're welcome to do that. But I'm ready to go ahead and show you how to do this with your designer series paper. So my paper today is gorgeous, right? This is from the Enjoy the Journey. And I'm going to cut this down to 8.5 by 11. Save this. We're going to use it. But let's go ahead and cut this down to our 8.5 by 11. This little strip is the only one we're not going to be using, okay? Just that little piece. That's my 8.5 by 11. I'll tell you what, just so I can finish up, I'm going to go ahead and cut what I need to on this remaining piece. And by the way, these measurements are also here in the, here where the diagram is. So what do I have left over? I have 3.5 inches. My first cut is a 3.5 by 5. So that's one piece, set that aside. Then I need a 3 by 4 3/4. So we'll cut it down to 4 3/4. And I said it was 3 inches. So we just need to trim a little bit. That's another piece of scrap. Okay. So when you're all said and done, that is all you're not going to be using. And I can definitely use that on another card. That's going to be great. This last piece, leave it alone, but we're going to use it too. That's going to be our gift card holder if you choose to use it. Okay. Those we don't need right now because now we're ready to cut or cut and score. We're going to try this one more time, friends. Okay. You guys ready? All right. So remember, cutting blade out of the way at first. We're going to start with the 8.5 inches up at the top, score it in half at 4 1/4. Next, we're going to make a tick mark at 3 3/4. And we'll put a tick mark right here. You know what? I'm going to do myself a favor. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to do this here on the other side. I should have told you that. We're going to put that tick mark right there. Remember, this will be hidden. So I want you to be working with the opposite side. Okay. Now, with the 11 inches up at the top, let's score it in half at 5.5 inches. Leave it there at that 5.5 inches, and we are going to cut down to that 4 1/4 inch line. See that? We did our cut. We're doing great, guys. Okay. Now we're going to slide this down, and I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Slide the paper down and put it at the 4 1/4 inch mark. It's all right here, guys. I've given you written instructions, so you're good. So we've slid the paper down and we put a mark at 4 1/4. So we did this mark and we did this mark. Those are the two that we've done. All right. We are going to, wait a minute. Okay, with the cut area. Okay, now we're ready. I got myself ahead. We're on instruction number 5. With the cut area on the left, cut area is on the left. Place the 2 tick marks in the upper left panel of the track. Oh, I need this one. And that one was at 7 inches. Did I miss one? I did, guys. I'm so sorry. With the 11 inches up at the top, I know whoever left me that comment, she's so right, because there's a lot to this one, and I get that. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one, which I can see. There's my 7 inch, and there's my 3 3/4. Maybe I'm just getting ahead of myself, but this is why we practice with copy paper, right? We love to work with copy paper. And with it just being an 8.5 by 11, that's easy to do. I'm going to go ahead and do that score line just to kind of get myself going here. All right. That's this one right here. This is left alone. This is left alone. Now we're going to come to this one. And over here, we need to mark this one. And it needs to come at 4 1/4. Let's see. I guess I am going to have to flip it over to do that. 4 1/4. And I'll make myself a little mark there. And I'm going to give this a quick little score so I can see it. Now I can't find, couldn't find my tick mark. Oh, guys, I promise you this one is worth doing. Even though sometimes when I'm live, I get really nervous that I'm going to give you measurements wrong. But there we go. I'm going to bring this in. Fold, cut, fold. Everything is good. All right. Remember what I said here? If this doesn't want to fold, you can always trim away a little bit here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Again, remember, it's not going to show. So I am not at all concerned about that. Okay. I'm going to move my paper trimmer out of the way because I am officially done with it. Let's see. Connie, can you come over to my house? Wait, I got to see that. Somebody left me a comment. Can you just come over to my house and just do it for me, please? I know. Oh, you guys, I practiced and practiced this because I wanted that diagram to be so super easy for you. And I was on the struggle bus this morning. All right, we're going to fold this over, give these a crease. I'm going to go ahead and crease all of my score lines. All right, go ahead and give everything a nice crease. Okay. And remember, we're going to adhere these down. But before I do, remember let me bring this one in. 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and then over. All right. I am good with that. I want to show you one other thing. I noticed that my score is not exactly as straight as I want it to be here. I'm going to show you guys a trick. Watch this. I'm going to line it up. And guess what? I've got like this kind of an ugly score line here. It's not going to show. So if you didn't get it exact, you can just tweak it. Did you see how I just kind of line that up? Got it all centered up. So yeah, feel free to move that if you didn't get your score exactly straight, and it's going to happen. Let's bring in some multi-purpose glue. Not anything crazy. We just want to adhere that and get it out of the way. All right. Nothing fancy here. You don't have to make sure you get the edges and all that. We're good. Let's go ahead and practice one more time. All right. Everything is working great. Do you see how my card's going to work? All right. Now we're going to go ahead and put our adhesive. Can you see? I want adhesive here, here, and here. And guys, this is beyond easy. We want to keep it here on the edge. And are we ready? We are going to go. Oops, flipping it around. Look what Connie. No, I did it right. Okay, 1. This is what I did wrong. I had it upside down. And 2. And our pocket card is put together. Oh, friends, you're probably just going to like desert me for good after that hot mess, aren't you? All right. Well, we are now going to dress this up a little bit. All right. So remember we had these pieces here. I'm going to take a piece. This is just a 1/4 inch by 12. And what I'm using is this absolutely gorgeous fine shimmer paper. This is about to retire, you guys. So I highly recommend you get some. I just took a 1/4 inch of it, and we're going to adhere that right here onto this strip right here. And it's just going to, you know, like I said, if you got off at all on your scoring, we're going to hide it. But more than anything, we're going to make it look stunning. So watch what we're going to do here. We're going to put that right up against that edge. Whoops. Slide that. We can trim off that excess. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to do it again. Oops, I didn't have enough. I told you 12 inches, and I guess we're going to need a little more. Guess I'm glad I brought this whole thing over here so I can trim myself another little piece. All right. Thought I had enough with the 12 inches, and that's just a little bit bigger than what I thought. Okay, we can now add some here on this edge. Again, just remember to go off of it slightly. And we'll add that there. Let me move this out of my way so I don't, like, I don't know, glue my hands together or something. We can now trim. Better flip it over. There we go. Now I can see. All right. And now you guys know why I love to pre-record videos and get everything practiced and down before I bring it into you. All right. Guess what? Diagram. We're done. We're done. But now we're going to get to stamping. Are you guys ready to stamp? I hope so. Here we go. I am going to bring in a Pierce mat. Let's talk about our cardstock that we need. I have 3 pieces of basic white cardstock, and these are all different sizes. Are you ready? I have a 3 3/4 by 5. I have a 3 1/2 by 5 and a 3 inch by 4 3/4. Let me put these over here for a second because we're also going to need, I'm using Mango Melody, a color that is about to retire. Did you guys see this one's going away? And it was one of my favorites. It's just so bright. But we're going to go Mango Melody, and this is 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, 3 1/4 by 5. So let me go ahead. I'm going to kind of put my pieces here so I know where everything's going. This one is for the inside of my card. All right. So now that I know where everything's going to go, this is my front pocket. Okay. The front pocket right here. So let's start with that one. Okay. I am going to do some stamping, and we're going to use one of my favorite stamp sets, Share a Milkshake. This one's so fun. Maybe it's because I love ice cream. I eat it every single night. I have got Polished Pink, Mango Melody. Is it Polished Pink? It should have been Melon Mambo. So forgive me. We're going to go with Polished Pink, but it should have been Melon Mambo. But so make that Melon Mambo, Mango Melody, and Real Red. Hey, you know, they're all my favorite pinks. So I'm actually going to start here with the Mango Melody. And let me find where'd my original card go? Oh my goodness. I need a desk that's about 10 times bigger than this one. All right, here we go. I'm going to start with the scoop of ice cream in the Mango Melody. And we're going to put that in the upper left corner. Don't let this get too far away. We got a lot of stamping to do. And now I'm going to come in Polished Pink / Melon Mambo, whichever you prefer. And we're going to come in. This is it's kind of an odd looking stamp. Kind of looks like Aladdin's lamp. But we're going to start with this one. And my friends, it's going to go right underneath. And bear with me because the camera's right where I'm trying to see. And you're going to stamp that right there. And then we're going to take the lighter one.
Connie?
Yeah.
So you're bumping a cord or something. It keeps going black.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Will you watch it for me?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe I did when I was reaching for something.
I think you did.
Yep. All right. So with our solid image, we're going to stamp off once and you're going to line it up right here. Do you see how that kind of gives a really nice two-tone? All right. Last thing, we're going to take a real red, and you can't have a sundae without a cherry on top. And so we'll add ourselves a sweet little cherry right there. That's looking good. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount this to my mango melody. All right. Oh, friends, I hope you're still with me and you haven't thought I've completely lost my mind. This is why we practice with copy paper. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and slide this right inside here. There is one more thing to stamp, but I have to wait. All right, so I'm going to set that one off to the side so that we can now work with the second pocket piece. All right, and let's see, what are we going to put in this one? So in this card, we're going to go down here in the bottom corner. So this won't be seen until the card comes out. So I'm going to bring in my the big glass with all the detail. Guys, with two-step stamps like this, I really prefer to start with the darkest one, just like that. I just think it works better for me. We're now going to take the solid, and just like we did before, we're going to stamp off once, line it up, and we're going to get that nice two-tone, but we're staying in the same hue. All right. We're going to come in with the Mango Melody. And it looks like I forgot to mount one of my stamps. Let me grab that. All right. And now with the big ice cream, we'll stamp that right there. And of course, got to have a cherry on top. And we're going to do one more thing. This one, we're going to add a sentiment from the Share a Milkshake. And I'm going to do that in some basic black. And that's going to say, life is sweeter because of you. And let me kind of scroll up, see what you guys are saying. Like I said, I figure you're probably like cursing my name right now. There we go. Life is sweeter with you. Let me move this out of my way so I don't land in it. And we can now add this to that piece of Mango Melody. Easy peasy, right? This part, you're going, yeah, Connie, I can handle this part. It was all that crazy stuff you did a little while ago I couldn't handle. All right, we're going to slide that into right inside our card. That's my inside. So what I want to do is I want to get these centered just perfectly. All right, got them where I want them. I'm now going to take the word celebrate and my black.
Connie, we lost. You're black again. There we go.
Boy, that thing's going to be fickle today. All right. Thanks, Bren. You're the best. That's why we have a moderator here. All right. So I'm going to put the word celebrate right here. And this is why I wanted to make sure everything was set before I stamped that. Because isn't that cute? Guys, we just have a tiny bit more to do. We're going to open this up. And this is for the inside. And this is going to be really easy. I just want to put some of these sweet little hearts here in the top and bottom. You're welcome to add another sentiment if you want. I'm going to leave mine alone. And let me close this up. This is just going to adhere right inside my card. And that is how you make a double pocket card. Now, you remember in my original here, I made a gift card holder. Well, what we can do to do that is we're going to work with these three pieces. Remember these? So I'm going to flip this over and we're going to add this here. And to do a simple, I mean simple gift card, I'm going to put multi-purpose glue right along 3 edges. Don't do 4 or you won't make a pocket. I could have called this a triple pocket card, couldn't I? Because we have this little pocket here on the inside. Oops. That's either not enough coffee or too much coffee. What do you think, Bren? All right. We've got that adhered down. Now, I thought this Dairy Queen card was perfect, and we can slide that inside. And this part, this is the part that I told you was optional, is if you want, you can either save these for another project or you can adhere those to the back of your pocket pieces, right? So I'm going to bring in my original. So there is our Life is Sweeter with You. That will tuck in right there. My ice cream and the Celebrate tucks in right there. There's the inside. There's my gift card holder. So stinking cute. So remember, you're going to create this with copy paper and you're going to save this just like this. All right. So there's no question. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that way you're going to be able to recreate this easily. All right, friends, can I show you one more card? And this one is my masculine version of the card. I'm going to be using the Nothing's Better Than stamp set. This is retiring as well. Kind of sad because I love that little cocktail glass and I love the word chocolate. And honestly, I loved all these little sentiments as well. So as we say goodbye to Nothing's Better Than, let's create one last Nothing's Better Than card. And so for this one, I used the Delicate Desert Designer Series paper because it had a great masculine feel to it, right? And what guy doesn't probably enjoy a good cup of coffee? So for this one, let me show you the pockets. You're just like coffee. You make everything better. And you can see I just simply stamped the exact same way. I put this in here to stamp my sentiment, added my coffee cup. You make everything better. That goes right there. There's that fabulous gold again. And on the inside, coffee, 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 coffee. And just stamp that around the edges, another little cup. And of course, a Starbucks card doesn't get any better than that. Friends, if you will just do that practicing with that copy paper, you're going to be so happy that you gave this card a try. And I hope that you will hold on to the practice piece and just hold on to that diagram. Take it nice and slow. I promise you, it's worth it. It's so worth it. Hey, let me show you what we're going to create next week. I'm very excited about these. These are fun window cards. And we're going to do something special with this. So we've got a fun little window going on here. But look at this. We're going to create, isn't this a gorgeous, here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters. Congratulations. A perfect wedding card. Wedding season is coming, right? And we're going to do some embossing. Wonderful, beautiful card. Look at this one. This stamp set's going to be retiring as well. And it's called Beautiful Thistle. I wasn't sure how I felt about it at the beginning, but once I created this gorgeous card, I was smitten with it. Look at that. Isn't that going to be a great card? We've got some dimension going right there. So it kind of really looks like a nice 3-dimensional window. That will be on April 20th. We're going to come back and we're going to create those cards. So I hope that you guys will join me for that. And speaking of joining me, the Creative 8 Spring Retreat is this weekend. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. We have got 8 incredible YouTube lives lined up for you. We're going to create every hour on the hour. These are kind of a little more over the top, not like that. That's like over the top, right? I know I kind of scared you with that one. But we have got some really incredible projects. You're going to have tutorials, written tutorials. You're going to have pre-recorded videos. So if you even want to watch before the live and really get a feel for how things go together, you can stamp with us. You can stamp later on. This weekend is all for you. And you will have access to these videos forever and ever. Amen. So you can always go back to them. You've got your tutorials. You've got the videos. You will always be able to create these incredible projects. And we're going to share 3 different versions of each project that we bring. So that's 36 tutorials in all. $45 is all it takes. And we'd love to have you be a part of that. There's also a Facebook group that you can join. And that way you can share. And just think, when all those people are sharing all those fabulous cards, your mind's going to be blown with ideas. So many ideas. And we're going to walk you through everything. And it's going to be a fun weekend of stamping. You know, it's tax weekend. And around here, that's called IRS weekend. I call that I'd rather stamp weekend. So that's my version of the IRS. I'd rather stamp. And that's what we're going to do. So head over to simplysimplestamping.com. Look in the blue menu for Creative 8 Retreat. You can get all the details. And guys, we'd love to have you. You can register right there. It's super easy. So I'd love to have you for that. All right. Thank you for sticking with me through crazy today. And remember, just rewatch the video and pause, or just pull out that diagram and just don't even listen to anything I said and just follow that diagram, because I promise you it's right. That's it for me, everybody. Thank you for being here and sticking with me through today's card. You're the best. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. Okay, April 20th. Bye-bye.